I went to a UFO conference in 1991 here in Phoenix, and there was a fellow there that had a table that was selling a book that he said someone he knew, I don't think it was him, was taken in a flying saucer to the Bermuda Triangle, and that there was a underground city down there.
Right.
And so there probably is some quite a bit of energy emanating out of that location just because of the city that is on the bottom of the ocean.
Right. And the other question would be, as far as this being top secret, you had stated that there are a few officers or a few leaks of this. I wonder also if the leaks that have been, I guess, thrown out to the public, would that have anything to do with that movie that came out years ago, Journey to the Center of the Earth? Would it be because of leaks?
No, the Journey to the Center of the Earth was based on Jules Verne's book, The Journey to the Center of the Earth, which he wrote in the late 1900s, and it's just a fiction book. But I believe
1800s.
Yeah, late 1800s, actually in 1864. But I think his book was based on probably eyewitnesses, because he was very correct in everything that he said in his book.
Okay.
All right, thanks for your phone call. Appreciate it. Let's go to our wild card line. Welcome to Coast to Coast. You're on the air with us. Hi there.
Well, Merry Christmas.
You too.
Let me throw out an alternative hypothesis that may explain some of the phenomena. I think your guest is onto something, but I'd like to run an idea by him. And
you got it.
Let me introduce myself a little bit. I'm a 47-year member of the Royal Astronomical Society of Canada, vice president of the Baton Rouge Astronomical Society, and I was arts guest for 3 solid hours a year ago on November 8th, 2003, in regard to my book, The Universe and Multiple Reality. We know that strange things happen when you have rotating electric and magnetic fields. Witness Art's historic interview of Al Bielek on the Philadelphia Project. Witness what happens to people who are sucked up into tornadoes and happen to live, but find themselves ejected a week later with no accounting for the lost time. We have a rotating electric and magnetic field at the North Pole, and I would question whether this is simply a gate to an alternative parallel universe, a parallel edition of the planet Earth, and there would be millions of them one could flip into, and that it doesn't necessarily involve a hole in a pretty solid piece of rock. It involves simply a transition into a parallel universe.
Like a portal, perhaps.
A portal, absolutely. Absolutely. We're talking parallel universes and multiple reality, as in my book, The Universe and Multiple Reality. And I, too, have a website, if I may mention it.
Sure, because I got to believe you're Professor Franks by now. Right.
Manyuniverses.com. But I just want to throw that out and see what your guest has to say about it.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Professor. Appreciate you being on the show. What do you think of his theory, Rodney?
Well, first of all, people have been through the North Polar opening. Admiral Byrd, Olaf Janssen. There was a person named Reinhold Schmidt in California, Los Angeles in 1958. He had what he thought was a daydream to tell him to go out to this quarry outside the city, and while waiting there, flying saucers swooped down from the sky. Humans stepped out of it and invited him to go on a ride. They even took his car inside the flying saucer. They took off and went up above Alaska, and he says that they went through a hole in the Arctic Ocean, and they went in. They were just suddenly in another place where there was another sun and landscapes and cities. He was taken on a tour of the Hollow Earth, And then when he was brought back through the polar opening, he says that he saw the horizon dip and right itself as he went through it. And the reality of the polar opening, I think, has been documented. We, on our expedition, hope to prove it with film. We have Scott Lindgren, who is a film producer, plans on taking IMAX theater film on our expedition. But in regards to what this fellow says about a parallel universe, I would explain it as being the spirit world of this earth, just like our bodies have a spirit inside of it that looks just like us. The spirit world of this earth looks just like it, and it's hollow. It has an inner sun, which is the location of paradise or the heaven of this earth. It has the shell of the earth as being the location of hell, where the evil spirits inhabit. So the body of the earth looks just like the its spirit body.
Will your expedition go take on unless you don't get enough people, or is it a go regardless?
We're hoping to have enough people to make this expedition a go by the year 2006. We're leaving in the summer of 2006, and Steve is offering a payment program where you can pay about $5,000 every 6 months or so to pay for your ticket. But we need to realize that this expedition is not sponsored by any organization, government, or other. It's a we the people expedition. Our government has, we have paid our servants in the government, and they have sent explorers to the Hollow Earth and have kept this secret from us.
You would think they would do something to stop this expedition, Rodney, don't you?
We feel like that we, the people, are have a right to know. We are the sovereigns. The servants in our government have not told us the truth about our Earth. We feel like that we have a right to know. And we're inviting anybody that would like to go with us to determine if the Hollow Earth theory has any validity. We expect to find the evidence that the Hollow Earth does exist, that the polar openings do exist.
What if you don't find the evidence? Will you then change your mind? Would you say your theory is not correct, or would you continue onward?
We feel confident that we will find the polar opening using our gyroscopes. We'll be able to detect the opening into the Hollow Earth, and but as in an expedition, we have to offer an alternative in case we don't find the polar opening, that we will just continue from the North Pole to the New Siberian Islands, where there have been a lot of mammoths and exotic animal remains that Hollow Earth theorists claim have floated out from the inner Earth, where they have frozen in the ice and dumped on the Siberian coasts. But we feel confident that we will find the North Polar opening.
If you find the opening, Rodney, how far down are you going to go? You're going to keep going until you come out through the south?
Yeah, our itinerary is to go into until we find the inner continent, which is about halfway through the polar opening, and then try to find the river that Olaf Janssen sailed up, called the Hiddekel. We will go up this river to the port city where he was taken in, called Jehu, and there we'll try to take an inner Earth monorail train to their capital city at the Garden of Eden to visit the palace of the king of the inner world.
Let's hope they're friendly.
All the people that have record of that went to the Hollow Earth all report that they were very friendly people. Admiral Byrd said they were very friendly people. Olaf Jensen said they were very friendly people. Reinhold Schmidt was treated very kindly by the people that took him in the flying